Galloway, the pass to Gasol. Thomas with the block.
I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's going wrong with him this quarter. He's really falling off.
The tray, and the basket good. Thomas got 17 now.
I couldn't have dreamt of a much better start than what they've had here today.
Everything's worked, especially offensively, and what a lead they have already to show for it.
McDermott can't get it to go.
Tell you what, if there's success on the boards in this first quarter is any indication, it's going to be a good day.
And rebounds usually are a good indicator.
The more touches he gets, the more this lead will grow. He has just been unconscious this quarter.
The feed to Gasol. Gasol setting the pick for Butler. Out to the right wing. McDermott, no one around him. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. McDermott's got his first basket of the night. Rockets leading by 11. Thomas goes in. Count the bucket.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Into the Bulls, shooting 36% in this first quarter, trying to get their bearings. Gasol, a screen on Harden, kicks it to McDermott. And they call over the back here, too much contact.
Well, I love the fact that he's fighting hard on the boards, but you got to be smart too. Over the back, that's an easy call there.
Nice shooting.
Of a poor position under the glass.
Change it up. Houston's gone 6 of 8 on three-pointers in the game, an outstanding 75% mark. So the Bulls 5 right now. They've got Al-Farouq Aminu. He's out there with Taj Gibson. McDermott is out there with Turner. And it's Galloway in at the 1. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Hi, Kev. Mr. Perfect in their last time out against the Wizards made some terrific plays. He dropped in 24 points, and he was able to dish out a few helpers to teammates as well. A performance like this is what we've come to expect during this great run of his. Will we get another one tonight, guys?
All right, Doris. Well, guys, coming off a performance like that has got to have him supremely confident right now.
Well, that never seems to be a problem for him, but you're right, Kevin. He has to be feeling at the top of his game right now.
Well, when you play well, it feeds confidence, and when you've prepared to play well and it works out that way, it does add another level of confidence to your next game.
Thomas. That's his first personal foul.
Here's Gibson, averaging 10 points per contest. Good D by Harden.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one so far, Steve.
And even if it's only a modest advantage that they have in that category, it's still a significant factor.
And it's Turner off the drive. Galloway, the pass to Turner, feeds it to McDermott. And Thomas over to help. Gibson with it, and Zeller picks him up defensively. Just 5 to shoot. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Now we've got a moment to see how the Bulls are doing rank-wise in the NBA. 3rd in opponent points per game, 4th in field goal percentage. And they're in the top 10 in rebounding. This is a team that does a good job getting on the glass.
Yeah, Clark, of all the things you just mentioned, to me, I love the opponent's points per game because that's an indication of how hard a team is playing and how smart. And I think this team has shown great balance this season.
And he knocks down the first one. Chicago making a switch here. Beasley's checked in. That one misses. The Rockets have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. And Thomas, here we go.
Talk about being on his game. Look at the numbers for Thomas. 28 points, and he's unleashed a barrage of three-pointers on them.
Well, you got that right. You can tell he's on target because as soon as the ball leaves his hands, it looks like every single one of them is going in.
For Chicago, they've gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Beasley the screen. Galloway guarded by Harden. Drains it from 17 feet out. He's got 8.
His shooting has been so good today. He may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
Thomas gets the bucket.
You know, he started out hot, and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
The Bulls have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And it's Turner off the drive. Pass to Galloway. Shot clock at 6. Lets the 3 fly. The shot by Turner no good.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed many second chance opportunities. And that is always going to allow you to maintain your lead. He is really putting his foot on the pedal this quarter, doing a tremendous job leading their offense.
Up and in on the layup.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot over a big defender like that.
No, that takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the release to make sure he doesn't get a hand on it.
And the basket by Thomas.
All the buckets he's poured in today have put them in a terrific position heading into the stretch.
Bulls have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. And here's a look at some of the most multi-dimensional players in the NBA. Not only can they pass, they can fill it up, the highest scoring point guards this season. And you look at Thomas, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
And you just can't say enough about the value of a player like him who can attack a defense.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout, just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that's not going to be able to continue. They hope to get back into this game, Clark. It's a deflating play for your morale.
Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Rejected by Thomas. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And Brewer with the stop.
Boy, the prettiest play in basketball to me. Executed to perfection.
I don't think you're going to get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Well, unless you're the team getting dunked on, of course.
Beasley with the screen on Harden. Galloway, the pass to Beasley. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should really continue to work it down low, Clark. That's really going to free up the rest of their offense.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You look at San Antonio. What a season they've assembled here, guys. Perched up there in first place and playing terrific basketball game in and game out. And checking out Houston. They're just sitting one spot down right on their heels.
You know, checking out the Rockets, they've been effective in just about every aspect of the game. I mean, you can't find too many things that they do wrong. They're a very complete team.
Which is exactly why they've been able to maintain their status, Clark, as one of the favorites for the NBA title this season. I mean, there's no easy way out against this club on a nightly basis. I mean, they're talented, they execute, they're well coached. That's why they are who they are.
There's Thomas with the three. That one goes. Count it. Thomas got 43 points.
I wasn't sure if he'd be able to keep it up, but he has. Wow.
Gasol a screen. Butler goes in. Now here's Aminu. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
Bulls shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
2 shots.
First one falls for him. Houston making some changes. Omer Asher, he's checked in for Zeller. Riza comes in for Terrence Jones. And it's early in for James Harden. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Luis Scola, he's checked in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Watson dishes to Ariza. Butler against Thomas. From outside, off the mark.
Yeah, again, iffy shot selection there. Defender draped all over.
Well, you got to understand who's guarding you in that situation. I mean, if he's on you tight, you can't just rise up and try to shoot over the top.
And Thomas over to help. Now here's McDermott. Defense is right there. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Well, this is what you have to do when you're trailing. You've got to attack, be aggressive, and get to that foul line.
And perhaps cause some foul trouble along the way. I mean, that can have a big impact down the road.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Houston.
Well, they've definitely had the hot hand from the three-point line so far. Always nice to start out like that.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
The free throw drops from McDermott. And the Rockets making a change here.
I like that shooting.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. There's 1:54 left in the first half of basketball. Now the pass to Houston. Here's Early. The three-pointer, no good. Well, Chicago's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Galloway, the pass to Butler. Looking for Gasol. He gets it there. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Rockets ahead, running away with it. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, I've got Coach Tom Thibodeau. Coach, we've heard you talk a lot about floor balance. Is that a focus for the team in the second?
All right, guys. Great first half. Home fans are loving it. Still want to go over a couple of things, though. At the offensive end of the floor, it's been a very intelligent display. We're hitting our shots because we're only taking smart shots, and that's the way we want to do it. One thing I liked, our passing, getting a lot of assists. Unselfish passing can get us into a nice rhythm, and that's how we get ourselves on a run. Don't forget how dangerous this team is. No lead is safe against them. Let's not give them a chance to get back in it.
So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. We're seeing a tremendous game for Mr. Perfect.
I know we've said this many times before, but I'll say it again. He had a great first half, just an explosive offensive display there.
At the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had. He can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Thomas in at point guard. Ariza the 3 and Jones the 4. Harden out there with Zeller. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Kevin McHale. The Bulls shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Well, this is something they'd like to improve, guys. About 72% on their free throw percentage for the season.
And, Kevin, it's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
And McDermott drops them both. And it's Houston's ball. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season.
You know, in terms of playing against somebody in the opposite conference, it doesn't get much better. In fact, it's too bad these clubs only play each other twice.
Thomas goes in. That's good. Thomas got 45.